Hello and welcome back to another snapshot video. In today's snapshot we are taking a look at 19W34A with more bees. Here we take a look at things. This is the new mob in Minecraft. These are snapshots for 1.15 and we're going to take a straight jump into things. Wow, 1.15 snapshots have already started, and as you can see we have some bees and some new mobs to take a look at. I say mobs, it's one at the moment. Here we have the mob called the bee. It's fairly simple, it's a bee. Now, a few different things. If we go into survival, just like this, and you know what? I'm going to get game mode creative on my hotbar fairly quickly. You know what? Let's just, there we go. Right, okay. So as you can see, if we hit a bee, they all get angry and then they poison you. Yeah, you don't want to hit a bee in survival mode. Now let's go back into game mode creative, just like that. As you can see, they will hopefully become less angry in a minute, and we are taking a look at the new bee mob, some new blocks, and all of this kind of bits and pieces. So this block here is called the bee hive. Bees, as I'm through testing, and I've got we've got a group of people also doing testing at the moment, so we're kind of just feeding through into the video. If we take a look at things, we're not really 100% sure how this fully works, but we have here the beehive. Bees will get attracted to this beehive, and we should see when they begin to calm down, they're going to head over to the flowers and they're going to pick up pollen. As we can see on their bums, they have pollen, and if we hopefully we can see one of these guys who doesn't have pollen on his bums there. As we can see there, he is flying around, but he doesn't have any pollen on his bum. Okay, I'm going to try and stop saying that now. Here we have some pollinated bees, and they are picking pollen up off of these flowers, and I believe they are taking it over to this hive here, and in the hive they're dropping it off. Now, currently, we can have a look. We've got this honey level here. With testing, and we just heard a new noise. And did that bee just die? Not sure there. Here we have the honey level. So far, I haven't actually seen this go up in creative or survival mode. On the side note, if you break this in survival mode, the bees get angry. Bees currently do not drop anything. I believe they don't also drop XP. They can be bred with flowers. So if we go to bees there, as you'll see, they are going to breed together and we're going to get a baby bee. As we can see, we have a baby bee just there. And obviously holding a flower around means we can actually sort of tame them as if you're holding wheat in front of a cow, that kind of thing. They will begin to follow you, which is quite a nice little feature. There are other blocks which I believe can be found only naturally, and this cannot be crafted. This is called the nest. This is the bee nest here. So I believe this is something you might find near trees and where bees spawn. Currently, I do not know where bees spawn. I haven't really been able to find this out. Again, if we take a look, it seems to have the same kind of functionality, but the bees I spawned in creative up here are being attracted to the beehive, not the bee nest, which is quite an interesting feature. So this probably is the way I'm guessing you'll be able to get hold of honeycomb. So honeycomb is this new sort of item here. Now I reckon let's go into game mode survival and let's give ourselves hunger, just like that, and let's jump around a bit and let's see if we can eat this. So I'm going to give myself a little bit more, give Rover honeycomb, just like that. So let's give us 64, just like that, and let's see if we can get a bit hungry. I'm going to punch a bee. They're going to poison me. They're going to poison me. There we go. Oh, that's a lovely animation. You'll see the bee sort of spins around, and we see it. It spins around and actually stings us with its tail. I have not seen that. That's a really nice looking feature. Now, come on. I'd like to get hungry. No, we didn't get hungry. Let's give ourselves... and oh dear, I'm probably going to die soon. But hopefully that should... Yeah, there we go. So we can't eat honeycomb. And now I'm going to go back into creative, just like that. Okay, so we cannot eat honeycomb. So currently we don't really know the main feature of this. Honeycomb can be used to craft the beehive, which is that block there. The beehive can be crafted with 6 planks. It can be any type of planks. 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom, 3 honeycomb in the middle. That's obviously done through the crafting bench. Now, there has also been, currently there's no blog post, so we're going by really experiments at the moment. If we take a look here, we have a dispenser with glass bottles in it, pointing into the beehive. If we then, I'm going to get a clear slot in my inventory. If we then activate this dispenser, it is actually going to take some of the honey out into a bottle, out of the hive into a bottle, and then we can then eat this. There is a bug in creative mode because with general potions they don't actually empty themselves. They are actually emptying themselves. That's probably just a general bug while adding new features into the game. So this is a really interesting feature. We can actually harvest the honey from a beehive with dispenser, which is such a cool feature. As we can take a look at, actually, did that not harvest? There we go. So sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. That might be due to the levels of honey inside. So this is obviously all experimental, and we're still finding out about things at the moment. So I'm just looking at Discord at the moment, trying to figure out. People are still trying to work out what is going on with honeycomb and how that can be used. So apparently it's not able. You can't put it in brewing stands. So I think this is honeycomb, that is, and the honey obviously you can eat off the top. I'm going to get up Adrian's tweet, which I'll also put a link to down in the description. When the blog post does come out, I'll put that down in the description as well. There have been bug fixes, so I'm going through everything. There have been added bees nests and hives, added honeycomb, added new dispenser functionality, and it's saying some, so maybe there's some other dispenser functionality. And you know what, on camera, let's see if testing with a bee's nest will work just like that. There we go, yes, that has worked. We are actually harvesting the honey from that, so maybe that's what they're meaning by plural, who knows. There is also a couple of other different technical changes. This has been Minecraft Java Edition now requires OpenGL 2.0. So this is some technical update. Maybe this is some to do with upgrading the game and its performance improvements. There is a new function for loot tables called copy underscore state, and there have been bug fixes. Currently, we don't have that bug fix chainlog, so we can't look through it, but again, that'll go down in the description. Another couple of other features I've noticed is it seems that bees can pollinate pollinate growable plants. As you can see here, we've got a new tag called Minecraft Bee Growables. So clearly bees are going to have some kind of functionality where they can actually help and speed up the growth of plants, which is a really interesting feature. I have to say, I love the texture of the bee. I think it looks really, really nice. Remember, all of this is subject to change, and you can give feedback, and they actually are dying. Maybe that's because they're not detecting this hive. Well, that guy is. I reckon maybe when they don't have a hive in radius, they vanish and they die. Oh, that's them going, they're in the hive. That's what it is. So it seems the bees actually will go into the hive, and that's a really interesting feature. There are also, I think, 5 new sounds into the game, and if we take a look, we'll have a look down, scroll down just a little bit here. As we can see, we have 5 new sounds. We have beehive drip, beehive enter, beehive exit, beehive shear. Oh, shear. Let's take a look. Does shearing beehives... No, that's not giving us anything. Maybe... No. Interesting. This is obviously all experimental, so we're obviously playing around with this right on camera. So let's go back to the ones we had. We have... shear and beehive work. So currently these are the 5 new sounds in the game. That is all for today's snapshot video. If you find anything new, let us know down in the comment section. This is all very experimental. I'm sure there'll be more snapshots coming out very, very soon. So if you've enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. It really helps out the channel a lot, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.